Going on, Falcon fans? It's your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. So, guys, today our Atlanta Falcons actually go over to London and they lay another egg on the season. Um, Offense once again only put up 7 points a game. Too many turnovers. Arthur Smith is really trying to figure out what he needs to do to get this offense started. But 2 weeks in a row, the Atlanta Falcons once again look anemic on offense. Um, a lot of things that they really need to figure out. Hopefully, that long flight back from London, they can start to kind of do some soul searching or something and try to figure out. Um, it is only 4 games in the season. Is it time for the Atlanta Falcons to start um, panicking? Is it time for us fans to start panicking? What do we need to do to make sure that they don't start to spiral down just 4 games into the season? But we'll just talk about it real quick. We'll talk about my takes on the game and what I think that the Atlanta Falcons could do overall and all this good stuff. So, guys, with that being said, if you haven't already, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell so you know that I drop another video. Please hit the like button so I know you guys are here to talk about. Then please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so all peoples can hear me come talk about, yes, these Atlanta Falcons. So guys, like I said, Atlanta Falcons lose 7-23 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Um, and it just was not pretty, especially in that first half. I think the Atlanta Falcons last first 6 quarters and over the last two games, they only scored, you know, 3 points, 6 points total, and then they scored again coming out the third quarter. So it's just been really abysmal by our Atlanta Falcons, especially with all those weapons that they have on the team. You just think that they would actually try to figure out something. So many questions, so many answers, and honestly, at this point, guys, um, I really don't know. I looked at the game, and I'm just really disappointed that we had so many high hopes for this team. Um, we wanted to see a balanced attack. That's not what we're seeing. Um, at this point, I think the defense for the opposing teams know we cannot pass the ball. So they doing it right now is just basically just stacking up for the run. Yes, we ran decent today. We had 127 yards rushing, but um, they sitting on routes. Our playmakers are not getting the ball. Just so much. Desmond Ritter looked it really bad today. He looked like a rookie, 100%. Everything that he did, you just start to think, this team, in my opinion, is built to win now, built to win, games, take you to the playoffs, and could possibly, especially where the defense is playing right now. But you know, having an anemic offense is not going to get it done. All right. Um, I'm one of the ones always looking at stuff, you know, you know, glass half full. I really do. I come out every week and I be positive about the team, trying to look on the bright side of things like that. But 2 weeks in a row, this Atlanta Falcon offense cannot get it done, and it's starting to contribute to some things. Maybe the play calling, maybe the quarterback play. I have no idea. Of course, the offensive line has not played well, but I thought they played better today. I don't really factoring the way Desmond Ritter played today on the offensive line. Maybe you give some of those sacks to the offensive line, especially one with Drew Dahlman, but got pushed right into the quarterback's lap. But at the same time, Desmond Ritter has to play better. I think he knows that, but we cannot wait. I don't think it's a team right now with the defense, the way they invested in defense this offseason, and the investment in the draft capital on the offensive side of the ball, that we can wait for a quarterback to start to play um, complementary football. And the biggest thing that you ask a young quarterback not to do is turn over the ball, right? And he had a pick six today. He had another. The next play, he came out and threw another interception. But if you go over the last couple of games, he probably should have had more turnovers than that, right? The opposing teams just dropped the ball, so it's starting to get to the point where it's just a matter of time when they're going to start to come in waves and numbers those turnovers because um, he has not been protecting the ball, especially that Green Bay game. I think he threw three passes that definitely could have went into the opposing team's hands. Um, Last week, the same thing. It's just we got to be able to control the ball. If you're going to have a young quarterback, the young quarterback has to be able to take the ball. Three turnovers, it's not going to get it done. And not being able to get your playmakers the ball in the game is definitely it's not the key. I mean, if you look at the numbers today of our receiving core, John O. Smith had the most targets. Good to see that he's getting involved. But then next behind that is our running back, Bijan Robinson. Yes, Robinson is a dynamic guy. That's what he does. He's really dynamic in the things he do. But you know, you got Kyle Pitts, you got Drake London. I don't know what's really going on with Kyle Pitts. I don't know if it's something wrong with his gait. He does look like he's running, a certain way, whatever, but he's not involved in the offense. You can see the frustration from Drake London today. Yes, he got a touchdown pass, but only 3 receptions. Mac Holland, we had a chance to hit him deep. The ball was on the throne. It's just so many areas that this offense could just play better across the board. But of course, it starts with the quarterback position. And at this point, me, one of the guys, because the voice of reason, just 8 starts in the season, I get it. He's a rookie, but this team is not a rebuilding team at this point. Arthur Smith does not have the opportunity to let a quarterback, you know, learn on the job and lose games, right? Um, and that's what we're seeing right now. It just have to be better. Um, and at this point, guys, honestly, for me, certain standpoint, I don't know the answer. Going to Taylor Heineke, I don't know if that'll fix it because he's not long term. I don't think he's a long term answer as well. Yes, it will probably help us win this season. Because he has more experience than Desmond Ritter, but Dr. Smith had to ask a question. Us fans have to ask a question, and the question will be, do we want to let Desmond Ritter learn and just live with his mistakes throughout the season and hope we win in spite of him, or are we going to try to, get figure out something to make this offense better? If that's quarterback change, um, Arthur Smith call better plays to get him in better rhythm. I don't know what it is, but and I'm gonna keep harping on this. And I know everybody keep talking about the run game and all we need to do is run a team, and that's all well and good. But when you draft the guy at number 4 overall and you draft the guy at number 8 overall, you got to be able to pass in this league. You have to. The running game is dynamic, but when they know you can't pass, the running game start to be less effective. That's just the bottom line. When they know you can't pass the ball, they're going to start they can blitz on run plays now because they got to worry about the passing game. So they put 8 men in the box and then they stunt the line even before the running back get going because they know they're not worrying about the pass. They're not worrying about the play action. They know we can't pass the ball. And that's what it's starting to get. That's when you start getting too predictable. That's where you have to have the balance. That's why for it is important for the Atlanta Falcons to be able to establish some kind of passing game. This is not happening for them. Um, in the last 2 games, it's been evident. You look at the first game against Carolina, you know, we were successful in the red zone, but it was contributed to the turnovers, caused by Jesse Bates, right? So the offense put points on the board that way. We had a couple of big plays in the Green Bay game, right? And we was able to put points up that way. But overall, as an offense, these first 4 games, the Atlanta Falcons offense been really bad. It has not been good. It has not been successful offense to look at, and we are getting to the point at this point of the season, quarter of the season. Um, questions are starting to come. This the first 4 games of the season. Yes, the Atlanta Falcons 2-2, they're still in it, but the last 2 games, the offense has really looked bad. And what I don't want to happen is a situation like in New York, right? When they have a good solid defense, like the New York Jets, and they have no belief in their quarterback. That's just what's happening right now to these Atlanta Falcons, right? Um, yes, he has all the intangibles. He says all the right things, but at the end of the day, tape will tell you can you play or not. Staring down receivers, and yes, he only got 3 interceptions, but you could probably count by 7 or 8 that hit the opposing team's hands, and they dropped it. He could have had another one today of an underthrow to Mac Hollins. So um, that's going to be unacceptable. If you're trying to win with this team, like I said, it was a rebuild team and things like that. But the things that the Atlanta Falcons did this offseason, where they invested in the defense, and then they put so much draft capital in the offensive side of the ball. You just want your young quarterback, don't lose the game for us. And that's what happened today. Yes, the offense still couldn't get on track, but you know, pick six, and then you come right off. You're taking possessions away, or from. That's bottom line. They went for it on third down, and Bijan wide open, and he has the wrong read. He holds on to the ball and he takes sacks. All these things happen. Yes, this is with a young quarterback. I understand 100%. I'm not taking away that the fact that Desmond Ridder is a young quarterback. We've been talking about it all season long. The first 3 games we talk about letting let him develop and things like that. But today the question is, and like I said, we have to just decide, and that's where I'm at right now. Or do I realize that this guy is gonna learn it, and we're gonna just take the whole season to see if he's the guy and lose games, or is he gonna figure it out? But either way, when I my first belief where I thought this team was going to be a dominant team, can go to the playoff, our offense going to be explosive. All those things are starting to, a slimmer doubt starting to come up, because I don't see that. That's not what I see from this offense. And that's just being honest. That's just being real about it. Um, they're not where they need to be offensively. A lot of people mentioning, do he need to go get a passing game coordinator? I don't know would that help Desmond Ritter, because he's not seeing the field like he's supposed to, right? He's not hitting the plays like he's supposed to. Those are some of the things that you definitely got to see. I'm not 100% sure, right? Because they just sitting on it. I don't know how many explosive plays we don't had down the field. You probably can count 2, right? You count the one to Mac Hollins, you count the one to Kyle Pitts, right? That's not good enough, right? You have to keep the defense honest. If the defense know you can't pass the ball 20 plus yards down the field, they're just gonna sit on all your routes, and then your offense start to look like it looked like today, right? Um, the longer you drive the ball, the easier it is to make mistakes, right? We need to have some explosive plays. We're not getting any explosive plays in our offense, right? Um, had a couple of days in the run game. Bijan had a big one. Um, John New Smith had a one explosive play, but we have not had any explosive plays on our offense in the last couple of games. And I know Archie said they're going to do whatever it takes to fix it. If that means putting Taylor Heineke in the game, so be it. But they have to have the belief that the offense gonna put up points. Defense gave up 16 points a day. That should be enough to win a game. That should be enough to win a game. Defense gave up 16 points. Of course, we had a pick six. That's why you see the score the way it is. But defense giving up 16 points. And let's be honest, defense, you take away a busted coverage, which defense definitely have to get that fixed. twice early in the game now. Our defense have gave up busted coverage for a touchdown. That has to be fixed, especially if we know our offense can't, move the ball and they take the momentum early. We got to be able to stop that. So, 2 weeks in a row, our defense gave up busted coverage, but overall, our defense been playing well, real solid defense. We did get 2 sacks today. I like the way the defense is playing. The defense is giving the offense a chance to figure itself out, but you know, at some point they got to do it. I don't know. At this point, I have no answers. I really don't. I don't know what they can do. I don't see where the running game can can fix the passing game because the running game is solid, but they know you can't pass. So it's like the play action is no good because they're not worried about you passing the ball, getting explosive plays. They just sit on intermediate routes. They watch the quarterback eyes where he's going right to to the defender. That's what's happening, right? Yes. Once again, only 8 games into the season. However, we have to ask ourselves: is that's what we want to? That's where this season's going to go. Letting the rookie quarterback, you know, go out and try to learn how to play, or is it time to just say, hey, he might not be the guy? I don't know. Um, I'm a lost for word, guys. I really am. Definitely want to hear from you guys today. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But um, just a loss for words. That's where it really boils down to. I had to come on here because usually when the Atlanta Falcons lose, I hate talking about them. I just want to sort of like let it go overnight and then come back the next day. So I definitely be on tomorrow. Probably had a lot more to say, but I just want to come on here today to talk about my initial, thought or what I saw today, and it's all about offense. The offense is the key. We can get this offense going this season, and seeing a lot of people saying that they're wasting, talent, and it's true, man. I mean, we have no divas on this team, but you know, guys that's talented and being able to use their skill set, the things that they do well on the football field, or what they want to do. That's what it is. You want to be able to utilize Drake London. The reason why we drafted Drake London because he was a big body receiver that can go up and get contested catches like he did in the day with the touchdown, right? And the other one where his feet were just out of bounds. That's what he do. But we're not being able to get opportunities with Drake London. You got another big receiver, Mac Hollins. We want to be able to utilize his skill set, get him the ball, right? Kyle Pitts, mismatch, on the field, but we don't see it. We don't see where the mismatch at. We don't know. Like I said, so is it the offensive, you know, play calling, or is it the quarterback? I'm not 100% sure where it lies right now. I'm leaning more towards the quarterback, and the reason why, 100% the reason why I'm leaning more towards the quarterback because we have seen the passing game under Arthur Smith with Matt Ryan. We've seen it. We've seen the passing game, and he had less talent. And Kyle Pitts went over for 1,000 yards. So you can't tell me it's not possible to get Kyle Pitts going in the game with Arthur Smith's scheme. You can't tell me that when you got more talent now, right? So that's why I'm leaning more as the quarterback. That's just my opinion. Um, did he change his whole game passing game plan because he don't have Matt Ryan anymore? I don't know, but whatever it is, you just go back to that. The way Kyle Pitts was able to dominate his first season in this league, I think he should be able to do that with more talent. He was by himself. It was just him and Cordell Patterson on the team on the offense side of the ball, and Kyle Pitts still was able to be effective. That's what you would want to think that you're going to see from, you know, this Atlanta Falcon team. That's why you so positive. That's why we were so excited about this season, right? Because there's so many weapons on the team, and not just Kyle Pitts, right? It's not just Drake London. It's not just Tyler Algier. It's Bijan. It's Johnu. It's Mac Hollins. Scotty Miller. How many catches Skylar Miller has right now, right? A guy that can take the top off the defense, don't even get, his number called in the game. I So I'm trying to figure out why Arthur Smith is calling the game the way he's calling it, and do he not believe in the Desmond Ritter abilities? Right. That's what we got to ask ourselves. So I'm coming on here. Yes, I'm not being positive today. I'm being, a fan that's trying to understand what's going on with our offense that put up 13 points in 2 games, right? With all those offensive weapons, right? We put up 13 points in 2 games. That is bad. That is bad. And right now, Desmond Ritter is in the same category with Zach Wilson and Justin Fields, right? He's in that category right now. He's one of the worst quarterbacks, in the league right now, according to the numbers. That's just a fact. It is what it is. Sam Howell is playing better. Even and Sam Howell's had 4 interceptions um, last week. But did you see how Sam Howell bounced back today? And I think they lost that game. But however, at the same time, you can see where rookie quarterback, come back from this. It's going to be interesting to see how Desmond Ritter, come back next week. Definitely going to be at home. He has not won on the road. Maybe it's just being at home where he's comfortable, but we got to start picking up some road games. So we got 2 games at home coming up. We'll see how this thing shakes out for our offense. But Arthur Smith definitely has to get it figured out. People saying that he could be on the hot seat, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I never thought that because I thought this was his first season where he actually had the pieces that he need to be successful. But if you take all those investments that you got on the offensive side of the ball, via the draft, and then you take all that money you spent on the defensive side, put a solid team together, and you can't get yourself into the playoffs, um, you putting all your hope on a quarterback, young quarterback that just ain't ready, or we don't know if he's going to be ready. That's those are the questions we have to ask ourselves. So, um, but you know, we'll be mad today. That's what it is. It's just week 4. We'll be mad today. I come back on here tomorrow. I talk about um, you know, the way forward for this team, how they can actually get better. But at this point right now, the question is, how can we fix this offense? Do Arthur Smith need to go out and get a pass game coordinator? Does he need to make a change to Taylor Heineke? Those are the questions. Or are they going to just let Desmond Ritter figure it out? That's the question we got to ask. We At this time we know that he's not going to bench Desmond Ritter. So next game, Desmond Ritter will be out there up on the center. The Houston Texans are looking solid, so it's not going to be an easy win. Even though it's a rookie quarterback, C.J. Stroud has looked good, right? Um, and that's what you want to see from a young guy, just do improvement. I thought Bryce Young played better today as well, right? But Desmond Ritter at this point, um, probably in the bottom 3 of quarterbacks in the league. Yes, he's just going to his eighth game. Understood, but the team around him is a solid team. It's a good team, and all we want our young quarterback to do is not lose the game for us. And today, that's what happens. 3 turnovers, all on the quarterback. It's the last one. Yes, it was a strip sack, so you can blame some of that on the offensive lineman. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. The game was already over. However, there was 3 turnovers. The first 2 definitely was big momentums, even though they didn't get any points off the second one because our defense was able to hold pat, and stop them. But at the end of the day, we did not play well, and it's no way to look around it. Um, I put it on the head coach slash OC and the quarterback. That's just simply as that. We got a fan here saying, "What's good, fam? Tough loss, but the Falcon can't panic. It was going to be a process, but the offense has to be fixed. Fix the offense, move on." Yeah. You're right. It's no time to panic. Like I said, it's just the 4th game of the season. Um, but however, just be honest. Um, 2 weeks in a row, we put up 6 points and then 7 points, and we got all those weapons on offense. I know a lot of teams can say that, right? We got a lot of weapons, but we can't get it done. But literally, the Atlanta Falcons got three top 10 picks on their offense, right? And then they got three three first round offensive linemen, right? Three first round offensive linemen. They got um 1,000 yard back. They got a they got the pieces. It shouldn't be any reason why they can't produce more than 7 points, man. That's just bad all the way around. I mean, that's a long flight back, 8 hour flight back when you know you just went out there and laid the egg, you know, and the defense will start looking at the offense like, man, what's going on? That's not what we want. We don't want the team to start to splinter, right? I mentioned the Jets. Remember last year against the Jets, the Jets, their locker room was split, right? Between Zach Wilson and White. That's what it was. They were split. They started wearing the guy's shirt because they didn't think that um, Zach Wilson could win a game for them. We do not want to put, you know, um, our team into a predicament like that where they start to, the defense start looking at offense, right? That's not what we want to see. I don't think it's to that point yet, but I mean the defense have been playing well. Like I said, giving up 16 points in an NFL professional game is enough to get you a win. It's just that simple, right? Um, that's what you have to think about it. Um, and one of the plays was a busted coverage. So you know when the defense saying we went out, we're doing our job. At I don't know at one point this season where the offense had the defense back. Just don't know when that has taken place, right? At this point, the defense been holding pat doing their job, and the offense has not. And all the money, all the draft capital is on the offensive side of the ball, right? They invested a lot on the defensive side this year, you know, true, but all the money is definitely on the I mean, all the draft capital is definitely on the offensive side of the ball. That's where it's at. Top 10 picks, things like that. Got to get the ball your weapons. Drake London with 3 receptions, Kyle Pitts with 2 receptions. That's not a formula for success. It's not. It's just not a formula for success. Especially when you have to go and say you only put up 7 points. Because if you run the ball 400 yards and you putting up 35 points, you can say, "Hey, we're a running team. That's what we do. That's our bread and butter." And I'm tracking 100% with that. But when you put up 7 points and two of your top targets got 5 receptions, combined, that is not a formula for success. And you only ran the ball for 127 yards. So um, they got to do better. It's just the first quarter of the season. I understand, no time to panic, but they need to figure it out soon. I think they got 2 winnable games coming up. I would be really, really more convinced if I would have liked what I've seen these last 2 weeks. But at the same time, 2 home games. We've been playing lights out at home so far. Desmond Ritter is 4-0 at home, believe it or not. But um, he has to play better, and we'll see if they, some home cooking to get us the win. So, guys, that's all I had today. Let me know what you think about it offense. How can it be fixed? How can we put more than a touchdown or 2 field goals, you know, last week on the board to help our defense out, who's been playing lights out. Atlanta Falcons has not had a top 10 defense um, since the last time was 2017, and they got one now, and we're just squandering it. We're squandering the top 10 defense. We're squandering, um, precious weapons that we have, that we don't want to get frustrated because they're not getting touches. And you can see the look on Drake London's face today when he was sitting on the bench. You can see the way Kyle Pitts was sitting over there. You can see Matt Holland's frustration. You can see young Des Ritter because he playing like shit. That's what you see. So you can see Arthur Smith like what we doing, right? It's just not what we want to see. It's too early in the season to give up. I agree. If you look around the league, there's a lot of teams doing a lot worse than us. Look at the Bengals as 1-3. Look at the Bears 0-4. Look at the Panthers who's 0-4. Um, now you're looking at the team like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who people had you know gave up on because Tom Brady retired, and they're 3-1. They just beat the New Orleans Saints today, which makes me feel really good about that. I'm not gonna lie on that one, but other than that, um, it's just week 4, so we're not gonna you know go doomsday on the Atlanta Falcons, but um, my mindset around the team is really starting to change, and doubt is starting to creep in because back-to-back weeks we only put up 13 points, and that's not gonna be a formula for success. It's not, and people can stop saying just run the ball, just run the ball, just run the ball. They're gonna take away the run. It's gonna get more and more and more every week. They're going to start putting 8 men in the box and try to take away the run because they know we cannot pass the ball. It's just that simple. And more defense going to start to figure out what the Lions did, and they're going to say we're just going to stop the run, and that Desmond Ritter is going to give us the ball, right? He's going to make a mistake. He's not going to be able to complete explosive play down the field because at this point, guy, he has not did it. That's just a fact. Until he can prove it and show us that he can do the things that I'm suggesting, a sustainable game. That's what we got to see. So, guys, that's all I have today. This is your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. Peace.